There's an old principle in toxicology, centuries old, that says the dose makes the poison. It means that almost anything, in a large enough amount, can become dangerous. Even substances we think of as completely harmless, even essential. And there is no better proof of this unsettling idea than water. Water is the most essential substance in your body. You're made mostly of it. You're told constantly to drink more of it. It seems impossible that it could ever hurt you. And yet, water has a dose at which it becomes genuinely deadly. Drink too much, too fast, and it can throw your body into a life-threatening crisis. So how can something so vital turn into a poison? What actually happens inside you when you drink far too much water? The answer reveals a delicate balance your body guards every second, and how shockingly easy it can be to tip it over. This isn't something to test. Overhydration is a real medical emergency. But understanding it shows you something profound about how your body works. So let's begin. This is what happens to your body if you drink too much water. And to understand the danger, you have to meet the mineral at the center of it all. The whole story revolves around one thing: the balance between water and sodium in your body. Sodium, which you get from salt, is an electrolyte that your body keeps within a very tight, carefully guarded concentration in your blood. This balance is absolutely critical because the concentration of sodium outside your cells controls how water moves in and out of them. Water naturally moves toward where there's more dissolved stuff, like sodium, and away from where there's less, in a process that balances concentrations across your cell membranes. Normally, your body keeps this beautifully regulated. But here's what happens when you drink an enormous amount of water. In a short time, you flood your bloodstream with water, diluting everything in it, including sodium. The concentration of sodium in your blood drops. This condition is called hyponatremia, meaning low blood sodium. And when it's caused by drinking too much water, it's often called water intoxication. And the moment your blood sodium drops too low, the careful balance that controls water movement in and out of your cells is thrown into chaos. Your cells begin to do something dangerous. When the sodium in your blood becomes diluted and too low, water starts moving from your bloodstream into your cells, and the cells begin to swell. Here's the physics of it. With less sodium outside the cells, water rushes inward, trying to balance the concentration, and your cells swell up like overfilled balloons. In most of your body, your tissues have a little room to accommodate some swelling, at least for a while. But there is one place where swelling is catastrophic: your brain. Your brain is sealed inside your rigid skull, which cannot expand. So when your brain cells swell with excess water, the pressure inside your skull rises with absolutely nowhere to go. This is the central danger of water intoxication, and it's why the symptoms are largely neurological. In the early stages, a person might experience nausea, headache, confusion, and fatigue, symptoms that, with grim irony, can resemble dehydration, the very opposite problem. As the brain swelling worsens, it can progress to severe confusion, seizures, and in the most extreme cases, it becomes life-threatening. So, the very same organ we saw threatened by too little water is now threatened by too much. Your brain sits at the mercy of this delicate balance in both directions. But this raises an obvious question: how could anyone possibly drink enough water to cause this? This is where it gets surprising. Because it's more possible than you'd think, and your kidneys are the key to understanding why. Your kidneys are remarkable organs that filter your blood and manage your fluid balance, and they're very good at getting rid of excess water through urine. But they have a limit. Your kidneys can only process and excrete a certain amount of water per hour. And if you drink water faster than your kidneys can remove it, the excess starts accumulating in your body and diluting your blood. So, water intoxication isn't usually about the total amount you drink over a day. It's about drinking a very large amount, very fast, overwhelming your kidney's ability to keep up. This is exactly why the real-world cases of water intoxication tend to happen in specific situations. Water drinking contests, where people chug enormous quantities in minutes, hazing, or dares involving forced rapid drinking, and endurance athletes like marathon runners who drink far too much water over a race, while also losing sodium through sweat, creating a double dilution. In these scenarios, people have overwhelmed their kidneys and dangerously diluted their blood sodium, sometimes with tragic result. It's a sobering reminder that drink lots of waters has a hidden upper limit most people never think about, and understanding that limit reveals the bigger principle at work. Let's step back and think about your body is so vulnerable to this, because it illuminates something beautiful about how you're built. Your body is at its core a machine of exquisitely maintained balances, not just water and sodium, but temperature, blood sugar, acidity, and dozens of others, all held within narrow ranges every second of your life. This state of careful internal balance is called homeostasis, and it's one of the defining features of being alive. The water-sodium balance is one of the most tightly guarded of all, because so much depends on it. Your nerve signals, your muscle function, your brain. When you drink a normal amount of water through the day, your body adjusts effortlessly, excreting what it doesn't need. But when you overwhelm the system with a flood, it can't process in time. You breach one of these vital balances, and the consequences ripple outward fast. This is why both extremes we've explored, far too little water and far too much, are dangerous. They both attack the same delicate equilibrium from opposite directions. Your body isn't seeking maximum water or minimum water. It's seeking balance, the precise amount that keeps everything in its proper concentration. Health, in this sense, lives in the middle, not at the extremes. So what does healthy hydration actually look like? Given all this, the reassuring truth is that for the vast majority of people, water intoxication is not something to worry about in daily life, because it requires drinking an extreme amount in a short time, something that doesn't happen by accident through normal drinking. Your body has a brilliant built-in guide: thirst. When you need water, you feel thirsty. When you've had enough, the thirst fades. Drinking to satisfy your thirst, spread naturally through the day, keeps you safely in the balanced zone your body wants. Your kidneys handle the normal ebb and flow with ease. The danger only appears at the extreme edge, forcing down huge volumes rapidly, far beyond thirst, faster than your kidneys can cope. So the lesson isn't to fear water. It's to respect that even the most essential substance has a dose that's too high, and that your body's own signals are usually a reliable guide to staying in balance. The ancient principle holds true, even for the stuff of life itself. The dose makes the poison. Water is no exception. It's simply the most surprising example of the rule. So let's bring the whole picture together. Water intoxication happens when you drink so much, so fast, that you dilute the sodium in your blood, throwing off the delicate balance that controls the movement of water in and out of your cells. Your cells swell, and most dangerously, your brain swells against the unyielding walls of your skull, producing the neurological symptoms that make severe overhydration a true emergency. And it's possible because your kidneys can only clear water so fast, which is why the real risk lives in extreme rapid drinking. Contests, dares, and overdrinking endurance athletes, rather than in everyday life. And underneath it all lies the profound truth that your body is a creature of balance, guarding its internal concentrations with relentless precision, vulnerable at both extremes of too little and too much. We started with an ancient idea: the dose makes the poison, and water proves it more vividly than almost anything else. Because if even pure, life-giving water can become dangerous in excess, then the principle is truly universal. Your body doesn't want extremes. It wants the steady, balanced middle where life runs smoothly, and it spends every second of every day working quietly to keep you there, which is a perfect place to think about all the other balances your body guards so carefully, and what happens when you push them to their limits. From the food you eat, to the air you breathe, to the rest you take. Your body is constantly defending that vital middle ground. If the hidden machinery of how your body keeps you alive fascinates you, there's a whole collection of these experiments waiting for you on screen right now. Each one a new window into just how extraordinary and how finely balanced the human body really is.